Bill Maher absolutely destroying woke people non-stop in this video. Let's go.
From roasting Neil deGrasse Tyson.
First of all, you don't watch this show, so you don't know. And that's okay. Just don't bull me. That's the one thing people can't ever do on this show is bull me.
To slamming Milo with cold, hard truth.
See, do you always have to fight with everybody?
I don't.
Shut up for 1 second. Look, this is the beginning of your career. People are only just starting to hate you.
These are 8 savage moments Bill Maher called out celebrities on live TV.
Scientific American, the magazine. I remember when it was around when I was
grew up with it, yeah.
Their editor had to quit.
I heard about it because she expressed some opinions, right.
It sure didn't sound scientific. It didn't sound like the person I would want to be running Scientific American.
Okay.
During an episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, Bill and Neil deGrasse Tyson got into a heated debate over an article from Scientific American, and let's just say they were not on the same page.
It was a rant on Twitter.
I'm not a gasket right there.
I'm not for,
all right. Yeah.
I'm not for canceling anybody on either side.
Yeah.
Maher criticized the former editor-in-chief of Scientific American for publishing a controversial article that blamed athletic inequity between men and women on societal bias rather than biology.
This is in Scientific American.
Yeah.
Inequity between male and female athletes is a result not of inherent biological differences between the sexes, but of biases in how they are treated in sports. That's nuts. And it sure ain't scientific, and it's in Scientific American.
Crazy Bill Maher absolutely based. This guy is a no BS guy. He has been leaning on the right lately, and hopefully he comes to the right side.
Maher suggested the magazine's shift in tone coincided with recent developments on the national stage, but Neil pushed back, noting that the themes Maher was pointing out had been recurring topics on his own shows for years, to which Maher had the perfect response.
So anything you say
That's
is
not
why
true.
they did it.
First of all, you don't watch this show, so you don't know that. I know you don't, and it's okay. But you talk as if you do, and you don't. And that's okay. Just don't bull me. That's the one thing people can't ever do on this show is bull me.
Yikes, Maher, that was harsh. But true to form, he still wasn't convinced by Tyson's response.
Engage with the idea here. What I'm asking is, Scientific American is saying, basically, that the reason why an WNBA team can't beat the Lakers is because of societal bias.
What you're saying is not Scientific American says that. An editor for Scientific American says that, who no longer has the job.
Neil firing shots back here, people.
So don't indict a 170-year-old magazine because someone enters the cesspool that is social media. Let's talk about science.
Why can't you just say this is not scientific and Scientific American should do better?
Does she still have her job?
Not because of this.
Maher wanted Neil to call out Scientific American directly, but that wasn't going to happen. Instead, Neil took a different route.
The scandal is not her tweet.
Because that was like a year ago, was it? Which one was a year ago?
I think a year ago, women still couldn't beat men in basketball or any other sport. And it wasn't because of society. You don't see a
By the way,
problem here?
long-distance swimming, women might actually have the advantage.
And as expected, Maher shot back.
I've looked into it.
Well, I'm going to file you under part of the problem.
Exactly.
But this wasn't the first time Maher found himself in the middle of a heated back and
Bill Maher is just such a great comedian. He's a common sense guy, and not only is he absolutely based in this video, but he makes fun of the woke people, and I'm here for it. This is gonna be funny.
forth over issues like this. Let's recall his podcast with John Lovett.
You have a kid, all right, who is either non-binary or trans, who feels scared at home, feels unsafe at home. Those things do happen in the world.
Bill Maher went head-to-head with John Lovett over gender-affirming care on Pod Save America, and things got heated fast.
A teenager who has felt that they have a gender dysmorphia, so what they feel like is that deeply unhappy, depression, all really rampant,
yes,
and they go to their parents.
They feel that, and then they blame it on the thing that has been put in their mind way too much.
While Maher has been openly supportive of LGBTQ+ rights, he's made it clear that letting children make life-altering decisions is where he draws the line, arguing that it's being pushed too aggressively too soon.
I totally agree with him. Leave the children alone, please.
There are people who absolutely, are quote-unquote in the wrong body. But when you're a kid, when even a teenager, and you're that confused about everything and you have no idea and you're upset for many other reasons, the idea that they put it, let me just finish.
I'm not saying it.
I know, I could see you were ready. I could see you pulling back the bow.
Maher came in ready and loaded to defend his stance.
The fact that they put this in their head too much, that's my thing. Should you tell a kid,
Nearly everything Maher said seemed to set John Lovett off.
But there are variations. That's absolutely true. Some people are attracted, people of their own sex, and some people are actually in the quote-unquote wrong body, and that does happen. But the amount that they emphasize this, I compared it once on my show to entrapment. See, there you go.
And soon, Lovett burst into flames.
I disagree. I'm sorry, is that not the end? Is it?
No,
I thought
but
entrapment had a period at the
end. Could I
end.
explain it?
Yes,
though?
explain. I mean, I think we all get it, but yeah, explain it. Entrapment.
I don't think everybody does get it.
Okay, explain it.
Yikes, John. Calm down a bit, maybe? Let the man speak.
Entrapment is when you suggest something to people that they weren't ordinarily going to do.
Now, the thing about some activists and their allies is that they often shut down opposing views before they're even fully expressed. And John, he followed that pattern to a T, but Bill was quick to call out the disrespect.
Basically entrapping some people, which is what they went to people who were, excuse me, I'm not done.
All right, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. Honestly, that was rude.
He's getting way too emotional about this topic. You can tell that he's not thinking clearly at all. And Bill Maher is absolutely owning and destroying him live in front of everybody. Love this.
Bill, finish. You're explaining how being trans is like being recruited.
Whoa, John, that was too much.
That's glib
100%
and
glib.
stupid.
Stupid and glib.
It is.
Yes.
Because it's not true. And
Right.
you didn't even let me get through the
You're
thing.
right.
And now I got to go.
Wait, what? Is Bill really gonna leave?
You're just going to leave? We're in the middle of a debate.
Yeah. No, okay, I'll finish this.
While Bill went on to explain his stance this time, John kept poking the bear. And if there's one thing Bill Maher doesn't let slide, it's being talked over or shut down.
Coming down on the side of parents coming in second in a who gets to decide what goes on with my kid contest.
First of all, I'm not talking about winning or losing election. I agree with all that, but I'm just talking about the issue itself. What did that card say?
Can I take this one home as a
Sure.
as a souvenir?
Let's
All right.
you
It
gotta
was
go.
great
That's
to-
good. That's
yeah,
it. You're
I
just
gotta
leaving?
go. Yeah, I'm just leaving.
Bill Maher, everybody.
Thank you.
Yep, Billy boy.
He just probably just run out of time. He has better thing to do with his time than trying to convince some woke people that they are wrong.
I packed up and went home, teaching John a lesson to remember. Speaking of which, how could we forget that Club Random episode with John Cryer?
Just start with the fact that America does this in a way nobody else does. That doesn't mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily definitely wrong, although I do think it is, but no other country does self-diagnosis by children, no age limit.
That's not what's occurring.
Things took a turn on Club Random when John Cryer dropped by, and, surprise, surprise, the topic of gender affirmation surgeries came up. Bill stuck to his usual script, but John wasn't exactly nodding along.
Some kids these days actually just do want to be trans.
I
It's
don't
cooler,
agree.
John.
I don't
it's
agree.
a thing.
Nope.
Oh,
I don't agree.
come on.
I don't agree with Bill Maher.
I know.
Of course, Bill doesn't back off and calmly slips a jab.
That's the name of the show tonight.
Well, your eyes are not open to that, I
Okay.
think. Why is it like so much more prevalent, like here than Indiana?
Well-
are they suppressing it there? Maybe a little.
Yeah, there's
But
a societal
more- but
suppression, but it's like left-handedism.
John just wasn't having it. He refused the idea that transgenderism is getting overpromoted.
The right-wing framing is, and it often starts with danger to your children, danger to your
But
women. The trans people are going in your bathroom. Trans women into men's bathroom. Also, of course, trans men into women's bathroom.
But here's where things
I'm all for the LGBTQ rights, but obviously you don't got to go out of line. Don't push your agenda onto people. This is getting promoted way out of hand. And of course, leave the children alone. They first gotta go through puberty, if you ask me, before they can decide what they want to do with their life.
started getting heated. You see, John didn't just disagree, he launched into a full-blown lecture, cutting Bill off mid-sentence multiple times. That's when Bill finally stepped in, dropped the sarcasm, and called out the ideological brain fog.
And I agree with
But
all
again,
that.
the demonization that they spent hundreds of millions of dollars demonizing trans people was loathsome.
Well,
loathsome.
That's politics, sweetheart. Excuse me, you give them an opening like...
An opening like people deserve respect. Yeah, that's the open.
Deprogrammer, please, come in soon.
Okay.
At this point, you gotta wonder, do all the Johns and Johns just come preloaded with disagreement on this topic? While most of Bill's debates tackle pretty heavy topics, sometimes the roast is all in good fun, like that moment he playfully teased Wiz Khalifa about his luscious locks.
It's pretty clear now that these people have been completely brainwashed. They are going way too far with these issues. They don't understand where the common sense people like us are coming from.
It was crazy because I grew up in a wild area. So I went to a Jewish high school in a Jewish neighborhood.
Wow.
So there was hardcore, just straight Jewish kids, and then there was other kids
That
too.
explains all those payers.
During the Club Random podcast, Bill took a playful jab at Wiz Khalifa's hair, and Wiz laughed along. But the real comedy hit when Bill asked if he even got the joke. Turns out Wiz had no clue. He just rolled with it.
You know what that is?
No.
The payers, the Hasidic Jews, they have just like
The curls?
but it's usually just one.
Yeah,
on
I
either side.
thought that's what you was talking about.
I'm just saying. You took it.
As this commenter pointed out, it was that awkward moment when you laugh at something and ask if you know what it is. Talk about secondhand embarrassment. Bill really has a knack for making his guests squirm in their seats. Just ask Dr. Phil.
Honestly, I think if Bill Maher would come a little bit more to the right side, he would be an absolutely hilarious comedian. He is already pretty great. He has already a lot of common sense. He makes great jokes that are oftentimes based. I don't agree with everything that he says, but a lot of it. And I think he's probably go on the conservative side very, very soon, if you ask me, because the left has completely lost their mind and the Democrats are pushing their agenda onto people that we cannot agree with. This has gone way too far, if you ask me, and Bill Maher has been saying it lately. I love to see that.
Disagree a lot on is that you think family and faith are a big fix to the problems we have. I don't have a family, and I definitely don't have faith.
It's definitely not part of the solution.
During Real Time with Bill Maher, Bill, the unapologetic atheist, and Dr. Phil, the old-school Texan with a firm grip on faith and family, sat down for what was supposed to be a thoughtful chat on values. But let's just say the conversation didn't exactly end with amen.
The country's moving in my direction, by the way. More people than ever are single, and more people than ever don't have a religion. Now, you may think that's a bad thing and why we're going to hell in a handcart, but maybe it's also part of the solution, and it's certainly just where people want to be. I mean, when you say religion is the fix to this,
I didn't say
have you
that.
seen the Middle East?
I didn't say that.
Dr. Phil tried to clarify what he actually meant, but Bill's reaction, it stole the spotlight. Not only did it low-key bruise Dr. Phil's ego, but it also sent the entire audience into a fit of laughter.
I said that for the first time in our country's history, membership in an organized religion has dropped below 50%. Now,
This wasn't all, because Bill doubled down and challenged another one of Dr. Phil's statements.
But you did say in the book that the less religion we have, the more divorce and cohabitation become acceptable. Why shouldn't they be? Why
here's the
shouldn't
problem.
divorce and cohabitation? You sound like the Alabama Supreme Court.
No.
Why shouldn't that be acceptable?
Whoosh. Poor Dr. Phil scrambled to clarify himself again, but let's be real, the damage was already done. But the real damage, well, that was when Ben Affleck and Bill got into an argument.
So the other thing we want to talk about, of course, is that you and I have been trying to make the case, I think, liberals need to stand up for liberal principles for it. But all I'm saying is that liberal principles like freedom of speech, freedom to practice any religion you want without fear of violence.
Bill Maher isn't new to sparking debate, especially when it comes to organized religions and extremism. His firm stance often stirs strong reactions, and that's exactly what played out during this segment.
These are liberal principles. But then when you say in the Muslim world, this is what's lacking, then they get upset.
Well, we all know liberals have many definitions. The new liberals, the woke left, basically, they have completely lost their mind. But the old school liberals, just like Bill Maher are pretty base, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, liberals have really failed on the topic of theocracy. They'll criticize white theocracy. They'll criticize Christians.
The conversation began with a focus on liberal values, but things quickly shifted direction. Ben Affleck, for one, wasn't exactly aligned with where it was going.
The crucial point of confusion is that we have been sold this meme of Islamophobia, where every criticism of the doctrine of Islam gets conflated with bigotry toward Muslims as people.
Right.
And that is it's intellectually ridiculous. It gets
So hold on, are
conflated with
you
racism.
the person who understands the officially codified doctrine of Islam?
As the discussion escalated, Bill stepped in to clarify his point, but instead of easing the tension, it only seemed to heighten it.
I'm actually well educated on this.
You're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something,
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it.
right.
You can feel the intensity rising. Clearly, this conversation hit a nerve.
It's gross. It's racist.
It's not. But it's so not.
It's like saying
It's
those
so not. You're
shifty Jew.
You're not listening
Absolutely
to
not.
what we are saying.
You guys are saying if you want to be liberals, believe in liberal principles like
Right.
freedom of speech, like
Right.
we are endowed by our forefathers with an inalienable rights, like all men are created equal.
At this point, the debate moved from spirited to downright fiery.
Yeah. I think they are not listening to the argument at all now. They are just spitting nonsense, complete nonsense. They are getting way too emotional about this. This is not how rational thinking works at all.
More than 1 billion people who aren't fanatical, who don't punch women, who just want to go to the store.
Wait a second.
Sandwiches,
Wait a second.
5 times a day,
Wait
and
a
don't do
second.
any of the things. But you're saying all Muslims.
Wait a second.
Stereotyping.
I'm not saying all
Take
Wait a
a few bad
second.
things, and you painting the whole group religion with that.
No. Let's get down to who has the right answer here.
Bill, not having any of what Affleck said, stood his ground.
All these billion people don't hold any of these.
5 or something.
Don't hold these pernicious beliefs.
No.
I would. Well,
they don't.
That's just not true, Ben.
We all know Bill Maher is openly atheist and often critical of religion, Islam included. His views tend to clash with more traditional or conservative aspects of faith, especially where they conflict with today's progressive values.
Because
It is that if you don't have a religion, you believe in nothing, basically. If you believe in nothing, what are you living for? This is a sad life to me. That sounds like you are completely lost without a purpose and no community. It would be sad to live like this. I don't agree with what he says right there.
it's the only religion that acts like the mafia that will kill you if you say the wrong thing, draw the wrong picture, or write the wrong book. There's a reason why Ayaan Hirsi Ali needs bodyguards 24/7.
You might not always agree with Bill Maher, but one thing's certain, he's not out to force anyone to agree with him.
We're not convincing anybody.
It's not specifically telling you that I disagree with what you think.
I know, and we're obviously not convincing anybody of you.
Black people, they show each other.
That is not my argument.
No, it's not. It's based on fact.
But even this debate with Affleck is child's play compared to the verbal smackdown Bill delivered to Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg, because I got so many.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Let's watch.
Text this week because she attacked me the week before.
Sure.
So everybody was like, "Oh, Bill, I get you're enjoying the karma." There is no thing as karma, okay? Get over that.
Now, we all know Bill Maher and the hosts of The View aren't exactly brunch buddies, especially when it comes to all things woke and painfully politically correct. But when Whoopi tried to throw some shade Bill's way, he clapped back hard.
Attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid. On a regular basis, it just happened to coincide.
But hey, give the man credit where it's due. Despite their sparring, Bill actually stood up against canceling Whoopi.
Whoopi Goldberg, who, by the way, I hope is still a friend. We can disagree with each other, should not be canceled or put off her show. As much as I totally disagree with her crazy statement, free speech. She should be there.
So, does that mean he's suddenly going soft on The View? Nope. Not a chance.
I mean, I don't think they meant this when Barbara Walters invented it a long time ago, but it's The View.
Well,
that's the problem in America.
But
there is one view,
right, and
one
that's clearly
true opinion, and everybody else can go sit in the corner.
Honestly, the host of The
We all know how much nonsense these ladies on The View are spitting out every single day. It's absolutely hilarious to watch. They are completely biased, completely deranged. I don't know why would anybody keep watching this show. They are probably gonna get cancelled very soon because they bring no views, no ratings at all. They are a complete debacle. Let's see what happens next.
View could really use a timeout. But while we wait and dream of that magical day, let's rewind to when Bill and his guests collectively tag-teamed and brought down the one and only Milo Yiannopoulos.
Why did you single out a transgender student for ridicule during a recent speech you made on her campus? Did you do that?
Well, yes. First of all, wasn't a student. He had already left the university. And I make no apologies for protecting women and children from men who are confused about their sexual identity.
Bill questioned Milo about a speech he gave, where he mocked a transgender woman trying to use a woman's bathroom. But things soon spiraled out of control.
That person who was an activist who took their own university to court to force his way into the female locker rooms had already left college by the time I gave that speech. And that was totally misreported by the press, just like they misreport everything else.
Jack, where do you stand on weirdos? It was.
We all know the media is completely biased. We all know all they want is money, advertising, and clicks, and that's why they make crazy headlines, but it all's fake news most of the time.
Sounds like fake news.
Uh-oh. Milo heard that, Bill, and he's not looking happy.
Did you just call transgender people weirdos?
Just to with him.
That's really rude.
I think you two are doing a great job with this topic. I'm gonna...
But while Bill and Milo were busy trading barbs, another guest, comedian Larry Wilmore, jumped in and called out Milo right to his face.
I just think it's sad because the same arguments that we use against people, treating them like aliens who just wanted to anything that moved, and that's why we should avoid them at all costs.
No, I think there's a big difference.
Well, let me finish my thought, please. There's a difference without a distinction because it's using the same type of argument.
While plenty of folks might have their own take, one thing's hard to argue, that Milo's behavior went downright bizarre after this point.
You can always find an extreme person that becomes the object of your attack to assign that to everybody. So if you say, well, that person is weird or they want to commit assault, then everybody thinks all transgender people want to do is commit sexual assault.
Well, they are disproportionately involved in those kinds of crimes.
Bill was shook, and not just surprised, but angry.
It's not a controversial statistic. And frankly, you're saying, you're suggesting these people are the victims of some kind of discrimination. Well, I'm saying to you, this is a psychiatric disorder, like identity disorder or like sociopathy or something. I don't want these people.
Yeah, a lot of people are completely deranged. They have mental issues and they are sociopaths and psychopaths. And we gotta protect our women and children the best way we can from them. I can agree with that one.
Around little girls in Boston.
No.
But while Bill was still figuring out what to say, Larry and Milo had started World War III.
No. Homosexuality was called a disorder. It was a psychological disorder.
Maybe it is. I feel pretty disordered.
Well, maybe you are.
Maybe it is.
But most homosexuals are not.
As things got worse, Bill
How would you know that? You have no proof to back this claim at all.
finally stepped in, but Milo had the same attitude. Well, long story short, it was a big mistake.
Say, do you always have to fight with everybody?
I don't. We were having such a nice time, but you always invite such awful people on your show.
These are not
so stupid.
Bill, you can go yourself, all right?
Well, that was a long time coming. And
That was a good roast. That was super hilarious, super funny to see them go at it with each other. I want to see more debate like this one, where people get absolutely destroyed and ridiculed. This is super entertaining to me.
after Larry, it was Bill's turn to teach Milo a lesson.
Yeah, go for it, brother, because I think what they did to you in Berkeley was atrocious.
Wow, talk about strange bedfellows.
He's so handsome, that wouldn't be strange bedfellow. We'd make a lovely couple.
You're relatively
He's white, so I'd say no, but...
Shut up for 1 second.
Wait, there's more.
Really, I mean, look, this is the beginning of your career. People are only just starting to hate you.
Bill didn't just roast Milo, he gave him a masterclass in respect.
You gotta lose that kind of by telling them they're
telling people they're stupid? They are being stupid.
This guy has done things that allowed you to live.
Absolutely destroyed. Bill Maher is such a great guy. He's a great comedian. He's super funny sometimes, and he spit out a lot of common sense facts most of the time. I want to see more common sense from Bill Maher. Please, Bill Maher, come to the right side of history, and we will be here waiting for you with open arms. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video with me today. Click right there to watch the next one, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.